Hello everyone, this is Burned Beauty, and sometimes when I'm doing my makeup I have a moment and I just stop and make a YouTube video. Like right now I'm doing my makeup for another video that I need to create today, but I wanted to talk mainly today about foundation because I'm getting a lot of questions about that since I have switched from Dermablend to Fenty. So I have the Fenty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and that's what I have on my face right now. With any foundation though, and this is what I want to talk about today, you have got to push that foundation into your skin, especially for those of us who don't have perfectly smooth skin, or me and my skin grafts, or just not letting your makeup settle in your fine lines on your face. So I've always been very frugal. I'm about to put on some Fenty concealer. So I've always been very frugal, and I've always used beauty blenders that were just whatever, you pick them up at the discount store. I mean, not the complete discount store, but like Marshall's or something, and they're always there. They're good quality and a good price, so you pick them up and that's what you use. Well, I decided, but anyway, I usually use just whatever beauty blenders I buy, and Beauty Blender is a brand name, whatever blenders that I pick up at the store for a good price. But I finally decided to buy an actual beauty blender, the brand, the original. And I have got to tell you, look at what this thing is doing. Now, I know my face seems very white right now, and I always say that on every video. That is because I still need to contour and bronze and do a lot of stuff. So I'm adding this layer of brightness is going to be darkened. But look what I just did to my nose. It's just so good. Let me look at it in the mirror, though. First of all, something I didn't even know after all these years of makeup is that you should wet your beauty blender. You all are probably saying, oh my God, I can't believe she didn't know that. But I never wet my blender. When you wet your beauty blender, it gets about twice as big. At least the real Beauty Blender brand does. And again, the reason I'm talking about this is because it is really allowing me to get my makeup in to my skin, not floating on top of it. Using the dampened, I get it wet before I'm ready to put it on, put my foundation on, and just let it sit and expand for a moment. And then when I'm done with my makeup today, I'll rinse it. But you'll notice a couple of things. It's not absorbing all my makeup. It's not turning brown. It's leaving my makeup on my face, but it's pushing it in, and this is really going to look good when I get done. So, I always say, like, the tools that you use are just as important as the makeup, but I have been sorely, behind on the beauty blenders. I've just been thinking that they're doing a great job, and they're not. I mean, this is a big difference. I think this little guy is 20 bucks. It's in my Amazon store. There's different kinds, colors, different things. This is the original pink beauty blender. You can get whatever you want. There's a Beauty Blender Pro that I didn't see any need for. I patted this out, and I really feel happy with the way, and keep in mind my skin isn't perfect, so it's not going to look like yours or like the other girls that you see on YouTube. This right here isn't making me too happy. It's been that way ever since I woke up. I don't know what it is. So anyway, you pat this in, you get your foundation and your concealer on. So foundation first. Well, do your eye makeup, and we're going to review that on another day. I didn't have time for a full tutorial today because I've got to make another video on schedule today, some content. But I just could not stop without saying what a big difference this makes. And this is whether you use the Dermablend or the Fenty. Those are the only two brands that I've used on my traumatized skin so far. If other companies sent me some, I would try it. But as far as buying anything else, I'm not going to, because I'm happy with these two, but I would test them. I just think that, you know, I still use my Dermablend, and I still love it, but just day-to-day wear, I'm using my, I'm just simply using my Fenty. It's lighter, it's nice, I like it. But if I were going out with my husband, like I did, you know, and I made pictures of it, or if I were going out for the evening, which I don't often do, you know, I would probably use Dermablend because it's no maintenance. So to do your powder, your setting powder, use this same beauty blender, and it's already damp, but put a little bit of setting spray on it, and that was a little bit. That was all you need. This is really going to set your makeup. Then I take it, dump it right into my Fenty Beauty setting powder. I'm wearing the color Honey. My foundation that I wear, if you're close to my shade, is number 320. And then my setting powder is Honey. But you need to take the test, take the test on the Fenty Beauty website if you want to buy some, so that you get your correct undertones and things. Because for me, this whole thing just really comes together after I put the setting powder on. This is pretty, and it's going to look good in my video. So while this is setting, I used Pat McGrath Eye Shadow, Pat McGrath Labs eyeshadow, and I used the combination. This palette here I really like. It's sort of the pink, neutral, everyday kind of colors. Celestial Odyssey, Luxe Quad, Bronze Borealis. It is so fly. This eyeshadow goes on like a hot knife through butter. And that's even with my have skin grafts or thick skin. Doing my makeup every day and using good makeup has softened my skin so much. I went a few days without putting on makeup while I was painting this room and doing stuff. And don't you know, my mouth is super tight today? This makeup is huge. And then the process of removing it at night, putting on your night cream, really makes a difference. So, Pat McGrath, though, my eyeshadow is so fly today, right? I bought this whole palette, which it looks so cool. This is the Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey. I think it's well priced. I think it's about $73, depending on where you live. But look at all the colors you get. And these colors are highly pigmented. And I don't have any affiliation with Pat McGrath, by the way, but they're highly pigmented, and they just go on like butter. And then they blend. No spending tons of time blending. Just so highly pigmented that you're not using a lot of it. And I think it looks really, really pretty today. So I've let my powder set. The only thing I'm going to do from here out is make sure I'm blended And then, once you do this, this is the main thing you need to practice, ladies. If you're just starting your makeup after a burn, putting that foundation on using a real beauty blender, please. $20. Wet. I put my foundation on with a brush, and then I took my beauty blender and I started to press it into my skin. And I'm still pressing, even though the powder is on right now. I'm pressing the setting powder in. So I pressed in the foundation, and then I put on my concealer, and I pressed that in. And then I took a little spritz of finish spray, and put it on the end of my blender and started doing this. Now, even though I'm going to finish with more finish spray, I promise you that if I were to forget, I could stop right here and my makeup is still going to stay on all day. So now we're going to take off a dual fiber brush. We're going to take off the excess setting powder, which isn't much because I used the beauty blender. You wouldn't believe that. I saved so much makeup. That is my PSA of the day. And I'm not really going to edit this up much. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy the weekend. And I will definitely get out a Thanksgiving look before the holidays next week. I thank you all so much for watching. I am Burn Beauty 2018. And this too shall pass. Bye.